It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, episode 1400, and I'm Dr. Neil Malik. Hey there, happy Friday, and welcome to another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet and nutrition, and lots more. You send me the questions, and I answer them for you. Now, if you're wondering about me and my credentials and how I spend my time when I'm not doing this podcast, definitely check out one of the Q&A episodes from earlier this month. That's where I go into more detail about all of that stuff. So, for now, let's keep this intro nice and short and jump right in and hear today's audio question as we optimize your life.
Hi, Dr. Neil. This is Andrea. I wanted to ask you about what do you think about loose skin or flabby skin? So I used to be around 150 pounds. Now I am about somewhere around 120 or 122. And I have a lot of flabby skin and a lot of cellulitis as well. So do you think by building muscle, it's going to eventually disappear or, tone? Or do you think surgery is a good option? Your podcasts have helped a lot. So I just want to, check what do you think? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question, Andrea. I'm so glad you find the podcast helpful. I really appreciate you telling me that. Now, before I even get started, I have to first congratulate you on your weight loss efforts. That's no easy feat, and you deserve so much credit for this. And as you mentioned, an unfortunate side effect of weight loss can be having loose skin. This is very normal, so please know that. Now, there are fixes for this, but unfortunately, most of them have to be performed surgically. But first, let me explain why this happens. As we get older, it's very natural to lose the elasticity of our skin. So even without weight loss, it's just something that happens to all of us as we age. This is because our skin's elasticity is, in part, based on different types of proteins that are found within the skin. Collagen and elastin are just a couple of these types of proteins that we find in the skin that help keep it elastic. So as we get older, these proteins start to break down, which leads to a loss of elasticity. It's kind of like a rubber band. The more it's used and the older it gets, the less elasticity it will have. Now, when it comes to weight loss and loose skin, we often see this happening when large amounts of weight are lost in a relatively short period of time. We also see the same thing happening with too much sun exposure, by the way, but that's a different topic altogether, so let's stick to weight loss. Weight loss that's a bit more gradual allows the skin to shrink back down as the weight is lost. With rapid weight loss, the skin doesn't have time to catch up. Also, the longer the weight was kept on the body before the weight loss, the more likely the person will experience loose skin. Let me use a different analogy here. Imagine a typical rubber balloon, like the ones we use during a celebration. Have you ever added air to a brand new rubber balloon, but quickly let the air back out? Notice how the elasticity of that brand new balloon, even though we inflated it just one time, didn't really change all that much. It still feels like it's brand new. But what happens to the balloon's elasticity after the balloon has been inflated and stays inflated for days? After a few days, when you let the air out, the balloon has pretty much lost all of its elasticity. Well, our skin behaves similarly. Okay, so since elasticity is dependent on proteins like collagen and elastin, yes, getting enough protein in the diet can be important. But in the Western world, getting enough protein in our diets is usually not a problem. We often get too much, in fact. Most health professionals also agree that supplements, skin creams, and even exercise will really not make a difference when it comes to loose skin. Here's why. When it comes to supplements, like collagen supplements, it seems that supplementing with collagen doesn't seem to actually increase collagen levels in the skin. Meaning, even though we may be supplementing with collagen, the body doesn't necessarily send that collagen to the skin. When it comes to skin creams, it turns out that the ingredients in these creams are often too large to actually be absorbed by the skin. Now, when it comes to exercise, yes, that's a great habit to have. Don't get me wrong. But even strength training and building up those muscles may not make a big difference in tightening up loose skin. Now, Andrea, you also mentioned cellulite. Cellulite is basically fat deposits under the skin, and that's what leads to that dimpling look on the skin surface. Now, unfortunately, there are no effective treatments for cellulite. So, what options are we left with? Well, it turns out the most effective way to remove excess skin is through cosmetic surgery. Now, there are many surgical options for removing loose skin. Some are more complicated than others, so it's best to discuss options with a medical doctor that specializes in these types of procedures. A great place to start is to talk to your primary care doctor, who can then refer you to someone. Usually, they will refer you to either a dermatologist, a medical doctor that specializes in treating the skin, or a plastic surgeon. Now, I know that this may not sound like the best news, but all is not lost. Just know, Andrea, that there are options available. And again, you deserve so much credit for reaching your weight loss goals. You're the hiring expert for your company, and what you really need is help making your short list of quality candidates. You need a hiring partner who helps make your life easier. You need Indeed. Indeed is the job site that makes hiring as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post, screen, and interview, all on Indeed. Get your quality short list of candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description faster. Only pay for the candidates that meet must-have qualifications, and schedule and complete video interviews in your Indeed dashboard. Indeed makes connecting with and hiring the right talent fast and easy. You can choose from more than 130 skills tests, then add your must-have requirements so you only pay for applications that meet them. If you're hiring, you need Indeed. Get started right now with a free $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/health. Get a $75 credit at Indeed.com/health. Indeed.com/health. Offer valid through June 30th. Terms and conditions apply. Thank you again for the question, Andrea. Now, if you want to send me a question and have it answered right here on the show, you can email one to health@oldpodcast.com. Or if you want your voice played on an episode, just like Andrea did, come by oldpodcast.com/ask. Right on that page, you can record straight from your computer's microphone. It's really easy, and you can even play back your message and do retakes before sending it in. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in your question. The number is 61 I love OHD. All right, that's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily. Thank you so much for listening every day. Thank you for listening all the way through. I hope you're having a great start to your weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.